Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late February 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us, Rams? In late February, it's the early stages of Pisces season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries gang in late February. Please, let's get this card out nice and quick for you. My good friends, there we go. Thank you. Ooh, all right. It's a little spicy. Whenever I get this card, it does remind me of the devil in the tarot deck. So it does have similar themes, archetypes. It could also just be a temptation type of energy. So especially if there's something you're trying to refrain from or pull back, we'll dive into that. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So there's a lot of in-depth symbolism with this card. We see that devil figure, the woman, there's a serpent, there's an apple. So it does invoke that Garden of Eden type of story. And to me, sure, just like the devil in the tarot deck, it can represent all sorts of things. It can represent habits. It can represent certain ways of thinking. There could be certain issues or problems that are on your mind. Watch out you're not blowing things out of proportion with this. That's something I'm feeling intuitively here. Because for some of us, and you know, I'm part of the collective myself, there might be certain things we're either putting too much energy into or we could possibly blow out of proportion with this card. But the big thing I always think of with this is obviously temptation. Should I take a bite of that apple? So certain things, if you're trying to refrain or hold back from or curb in any sort of way, you could be tempted in this time where you might take 2 steps forward, 1 step back when this energy is in the mix. Now, I always say everything's on a spectrum. This isn't always worst case scenario. But just know there could be various things coming in this time to tempt you. Okay, so whether it's behaviors, people, habits, you name it, we're going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aries gang. What's happening, my guides? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Explosive Breakthrough. Now, again, that's an energy that we could vibe with. So if there's certain things you've been working towards or certain things you're dealing with, to me, it felt like pressure building, and then something finally breaking through suddenly. So hopefully that came in for you. Hopefully it was a good thing. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Aries gang. In late February, what is happening, please? What do we got coming up for my good friends? Thank you. Okay, yeah, this fiery, fast movement type of energy continues with the 8 of Wands, big card of communication. So it's like, yeah, no, I'm just getting started here. I'm just picking up some steam. I do like it for us. There are some zodiac signs where if this showed up in the reading, I'd be like, oh, okay, that might be a little too fast. But for us, I feel like that's good. Let's get a couple more. Good, a couple more here for Aries, please. Thank you. Yeah, the fiery energy is all up in the mix. We do have the 10 of Wands. Very important to pace yourself here. When I see the 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, it's like, all right, don't burn out. Don't burn your energy out. Let's get one more. That's initially the first thing I'm picking up. Okay, so we do have Mr. Knight of Cups right here on the back end. So I would say overall, I'm cautiously optimistic with the way the energy's looking, the way the energy's running to me. There could definitely be something you're overcoming, some sort of hurdle. And this does feel good to me, especially with the Knight of Cups in the result. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff At first look, first glance, I feel most of this energy is very complementary for us Aries, because elementally, and I always look at that first. Very important to look at the elements. We're starting here with two powerful fire cards. Now, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, cardinal fire. It's all about taking action, making moves, making things happen. When us Aries feel like we're standing still or our energy stagnating, that's when things could be the most frustrating. And with this Eight of Wands, it's like go, 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 go. And with this Ten of Wands, we're going to want to watch out for that, because that could be a possible problem area that we want to look at. But we have water on the back end, so we have this energy of passion, action, and drive. We have this energy of emotion, very smooth. So hopefully energy is starting to calm down and move in a better way for a lot of Aries. The only issue I have with this abundance of fire here on the front end is, fire could be volatile, it could be explosive, just like we saw last week. It could be very unpredictable. So there could be various situations where it's like, all right, this could go left or this could go right. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we are starting with the Eight of Wands. And you see those 8 wands cutting through the sky. I always say they look like arrows to me. And this is one of the fastest cards in the whole entire deck. It's right up there with the Chariot. Now, this is a card of speaking, communicating, talking. So there's a lot of hot and heavy back and forth. Everyone knows Aries is not the type to really bite their tongue, and you might be extra blunt in this time when this card is here. This could be some sort of conversation of importance coming in as well. To me, it does feel like this energy is coming towards you initially when we see this card. So just either know something might really be amping you up, where it's like, all right, well, let's do this yesterday. Let's not wait. This could just be general action, right? It doesn't always just have to be talking. And the way the energy is moving, it's moving quick. We're starting with a bang right here in the front end. The thing that could possibly be an issue is as we move on, yes, this next card is fire, but it's definitely a different flavor. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. And again, just like I mentioned, when it comes to the challenge of the Eight of Wands, it could be something that either picks up too much steam too quick, is too unpredictable or explosive. So we'll just have to see what other flavors are there. Moving to the center, we have the 10 Wands, and we see that individual there. He's holding that big bundle of sticks. Usually he's walking up a hill. Now, this can be problematic. It's not all bad. This is a card of determination. So when I see the 8 of Wands and 10 of Wands, it's like, all right, I will see this through. There's something where it's like, I'm dead set. I'm committed to something. I'm going to see it through one way or another. So there could be something where you need to commit your energy for the long haul in one way or another, or double down. That's like another vibe I'm picking up here, an energy of somebody possibly doubling down with something. The good part of this is, there's no one's giving up with this card, where it's like, all right, well, it's heavy. It could be an issue, but I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. So I feel like this can be good. The issues come into play with the 10 Wands, where it could be heavy. It could be burdensome. So whether it's a mental burden, an emotional burden, a physical burden, always watch out for your physical health and vitality with this card. So very important to not burn yourself out. There might be something you should pace yourself with, one step at a time. So I can see with the 8 of Wands moving into this could possibly be a situation or a problem popping up. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Knight of Cups, which is definitely seen as another one of the more positive cards in the whole entire deck. This often does show up in love readings. Now, for some of you, it might be connected to a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If that's not the case, I always say this is silky smooth, easy flowing, easy going type of energy. So it's like, all right, we have the 8 of Wands, this little bump in the road, and then something starts to even out. So there can be a very good result here on the back end. Now, as far as communication, this is a Prince Charming individual, right? Very smooth with their words, articulate. So it's different than this 8 of Wands, whereas the 8 of Wands is like, go, 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 a lot of pressure. This one is taking it easy. So could this be two different approaches to something? We'll just have to see how it plays out. You could take an aggressive approach. You could take a calm approach. That could partially be it. So we're going to have to see how it all plays out. Now, big issue with the Knight of Cups. It could represent issues and partnerships. It could represent emotional burdens, people who are feeling really heavy things, especially next to this 10 of Wands. So I feel like it's super important for us to clarify. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, Aries. Let's see what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Wands, what's happening? What is going on? Thank you. All right, yeah, this could definitely be a conversation that pops up out of nowhere, but it feels good for most of you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. That is a huge card of offers, opportunities, and it is another card of communication. So when I see the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, it's splitting in two different ways. For a big portion of you, this could be some really good news coming in, or this could be an unexpected or surprising talk, for sure, where it's just, boom, it pops in out of nowhere. We have the Eight of Wands and the universe offering this pentacle, where it's like, this is coming to me. This is coming to me. So I would expect that in this time. For another portion of you, I mean, it could be a big offer coming in. I mean, you know, aces are full of opportunity, full of potential. So I feel like this is really nice. But where the energy splits, when I see the Eight of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, this is very much a go-getter type of energy, where it's like, I will not let this opportunity slip. I will not let this slide. I know what I want, and I'm going to get it. So a lot of Aries, you might be extra decisive on what you want. You might be extra decisive on certain goals and things that you're shooting for, and that's never a bad thing when I see this. So again, those are the two main things I'm picking up here. Either there's something that's really setting a flame underneath you, or this could be an offer or an unexpected talk. I feel like it's nice. So we're just going to keep it moving. Let's see what the Ten of Wands has for us. We'll see how the energy plays, because we're at least starting in a good place. So let's go in on the Ten of Wands, and then we'll just keep it moving. So yeah, because I feel like this could be the problem area if there is one. So let's go in on that. What's the Ten of Wands here? What is it there? Thank you. Boom, right there. So we have our power card right here, Mr. Emperor, and you know this is not gender specific for all Aries. The Emperor is one of our main cards, right up there with the Fool. Now, it is a divine masculine energy. It's a shot caller energy. For some of you, there could be some tough decisions or judgment calls coming up. That's another thing. When I see the 10 wands with the Emperor, it's like, I mean, heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you do want to call the shots, if you want to control a situation, sometimes you're going to have to think of unsavory things. Sometimes you're going to have to consider, view unsavory things, depending on the situation you're in, right? Now, I could also say this for a lot of Aries. In whatever situation you're going through right now or dealing with, you might be carrying a lot of the burden right now, okay? Whether it's a mental burden, emotional burden, physical burden. When I see the 10 wands with the Emperor, I know I gave that phrase, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here. Now, again, this is an energy that is not giving up, okay? So this could be spirit urging you, like, listen, Aries, don't stop. Keep pushing, keep moving. Like, don't give up on this. So I feel like that could be a good thing for most of you. I also think it's important to always understand there's certain things that are out of our hands, certain things we can't control, right? And just accepting that could really help you with various situations. So we have a lot of interesting things coming up here in the center. I feel like for most Aries, this is a good thing, unless you are making some uncomfortable judgment calls or decisions. Okay? But just make sure if you do that, you follow through. I feel like that's super important. Like, if you say it, do it. If you do it, say it. It's like that kind of odd vibe where you have to follow through. So there could be something where you're extra committed, or you're committed already, where it's like you just have to see it through to the end. But let's keep moving. Let's go in on the Knight of Cups, and we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So, I mean, yeah, this could also be repercussions. Like, when I see this energy up here, there could also be certain things where it's like a little more difficult than you thought it would be. This does feel like it could be a bump in the road. But let's not focus too much on it, right? Let's see what the end result is with the Knight of Cups, please. So why is the Knight of Cups here for Aries? Thank you. Whoa, okay. Was not expecting that. Now, we do have the Ten of Swords underneath this Knight of Cups. I don't feel like it's absolutely treacherous, but there could be, and just like I was seeing here in the center, where it's like, this was bothering me, now it's not. So there could either be a situation or something, whether it's been affecting you for a long time, or whether it's a short time where it's like, this was really bothering me, but now it's not. So there could be, for some of you, this could be situations ending, right? For some of you, there might be issues and connections and relationships when we see the Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, because this is a card of big endings, right? So some of you could even be career. It all really depends, but it's interesting how we have a card of beginnings and endings showing up here, which is very cyclical. But the big initial vibe I'm picking up here, aside from the message about something coming to a head or ending, especially since we have two tens, numerology wise, tens represent the close of a cycle. So there could be various things coming to a close. The main thing I'm feeling here is this was really bothering me for a long time, and now it is not. So I'm not sure if you're purposely shutting off a feeling or if you come to peace or to grips with something. And I feel for a lot of Aries, this could be a great thing, but it's like it was bothering me, but now it's not anymore. Or it was really affecting me, now I'm okay with it. So do with that information what you will. If you're on a healing journey of some sort, this is really great. But it's interesting how all the energy plays. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow, because we have this yin yang type of energy. It's like we have beginnings, we have endings, we have fire, we have air, we have all sorts of stuff that balances each other off. But position number one, we have the Eight of Wands with Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, this could be an offer coming in. This could be an unexpected talk that pops up out of nowhere, which does feel good to me. I also feel like this could be something that you really want, where it's like, I want this, I'm going to work towards this, I'm committed to something. And we kind of get that here in the center as well. So there is an energy around committing or following through with something. So if you say it, if you talk about it, do it. Moving to the center, we have the Ten of Wands with the Emperor, one of our power cards here. I did say heavy is the head that wears the crown. So for some Aries, there might be a tough decision or a choice that you need to make. Could be a situation that's quite heavy on you for one reason or another. But I also get this vibe where it's like, just don't quit on this. Just keep working it. Keep working the process. Keep pushing forward. So it does feel like it's good. There's a lot of determination here in the center. But if there is any issue, it's all this burdensome type of energy. Moving to the back end, we have the Knight of Cups with the Ten of Swords. Now, for some of you, yeah, there could be various things ending or closing out with the double tens, okay? Whether it's work things, emotional things, but the main intuitive vibe I picked up here on the back end is I was so affected by something, but now I'm not. So if you're on a healing journey, that's fantastic. There could be changes of heart, changes of feeling in this time. When I see the Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, it's like I no longer feel this. Okay, so just be honest and true with yourself. So please take a screenshot if you want to look at it further. Let's see what's in the shadows here for you, Aries. Let's get a good shuffle. See what's happening for my Aries gang, my guides and spirit team. What is happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get it going. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Aries, please? What do we got? Okay. Four of Swords. So being kind to yourself, and I know we said this very early in the reading about pacing yourself, not doing too much. The Four of Swords is one of the cards of rest, recuperation, feeling better. So for a lot of you, if you have been on some sort of healing journey, this is a great shadow card to get. However, the shadow side of the Four of Swords is not really doing much, right? It's an energy that doesn't really seem like it's changing. I can't really see the results just yet. So I feel like it's very important, if you are going through situations where nothing on the surface seems like it's moving or working, the energy under the surface is, but try your best not to get frustrated when this card is here, because it's like, okay, anytime now, any minute. But yeah, some of you might just need to pace yourself in regards to something. Just pace your energy. Don't burn yourself out. Very important. So we're going to leave it at that, Aries. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the availability and my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com, so we could get a little forecast for the next few weeks for you. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could snap your fingers right now and wish for something, what would it be? It could be anything except more wishes. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.